President Trump also, I mean, if you could remember a time in American history, politics did stop at the water's edge. Obviously, that really hasn't been a policy in the past decade. And President Trump wasted no time in just ripping President Biden. He called him the auto pen president, said he could be the worst president in U.S. history. He said just over a year ago, under the radical left Democrats, we were a dead country. Now we're the hottest country. He talked about a 2020 rigged election. That's what he called it. He ripped the press. I mean, he really went on. What did you make of that?
He only has one speech. Do you know what I mean? Like he really does. Like I go through every one of his speeches. I watch them and I go through the transcript. And there is so much similarity, whether he's speaking to a House Republicans fundraising dinner or Davos. I mean, it's the same basic pieces, right? I always compare him to like the Eagles or a band that's past their prime but still tours and can make money. They're going to play Hotel California because that's the song everybody knows. You know, like he is sort of like that, Brittany, and he doesn't really tailor that message. I mean, again, he went for 104 minutes on Tuesday. This speech today, I mean, I didn't time it. It had to be over more than an hour. You know, and so it's just, I think he kind of has one setting and one speech. He might vary it a little bit, but the main themes are going to be, we've been getting ripped off by other countries. The people who were in this job before me were idiots, and I'm getting everything right, and all the predictions by the so-called experts are wrong. Like there's like very broad thematic pillars that he's always going to hit.
To that point, the Minnesota fraud story is a big story nationally. I mean, internationally, I'm not sure that the people at Davos would really care about that, but he continued on that way. Anyway, I was curious because I was watching it, and when I was writing down all the instances of when he was ripping people domestically, whether it be former presidents, Democrats, and the like. I mean, President Trump has built himself as a president who puts America first. But if you go on the global stage and you're ripping the institutions and people of your country, I mean, how do you think he can say, hey, I'm putting America first in this instance?
Well, because it's not rational, right? I mean, his speeches and his messaging, if you try to break it down on a like, well, he said this, you know, and now he's saying that, it doesn't really work, right? I mean, in theory, if America is the best country in the world, running it down, even a former president or its media or how it was going to be a dead country. I mean, he basically says it was going to be Venezuela on steroids if I hadn't won. I don't think that supports kind of the America is great. At the same time, you know, Donald Trump believes himself to be a unique figure in history, someone who alone can fix the problems that face America. So those two things don't totally work. Like, is America great because it's America, or is it great because Donald Trump is the president? My guess would be he would answer, if he was being honest, it's great because Donald Trump is the president, which, you know, I think if you think at all about it for more than 5 minutes, you're like, well, does that then mean America isn't great? It's dependent on a leader. So I think if you think too hard or stare too much at this Donald Trump rhetoric, you find yourself being like, this makes no sense. And I think some of the stuff in the speech today, that's where I found myself.